Hello, students. Yesterday we had completed the chapter, that is, chapter Changes Around Us. And today we will start with the new chapter, and that is Getting to Know the Plants. Okay? So, getting to know the plants, it means we are talking about the plants. And when you go outside, you see a lot of trees, a lot of plants are there, and you see that these plants, they are very important for us. Why? Because these plants, they give oxygen to breathe, they give the water that we drink, as well as the products that we use, okay, which is like that of the medicines that doctor prescribed to you. It's these all the things we obtain from that of the plant. We extract these from the plant. Okay, so we can say that the life on the earth of the living organisms, they are totally depends upon the trees. Okay, that's why the plants, they are also known as producer. Okay, producer, it means they help in the producing the food, which is then consumed by the other living organism, like that of the animals and human beings. So everything which is needed for the existence of the human being and the other animal, that is basically due to the presence of the plant on the earth. Now see, there are million of different plant species. So million of plant species, and they differ from each other. Okay, so these plants, they are basically classified into groups on the basis of some similar characteristics. Okay, so plants within a group, or in which these plants are grouped, that group of the plant are very closely related to the member of their own group than to the member of the other group. Okay, so we can say that the every plant, they are classified on some basis, that may be on the basis of the size and shape, on the basis of the lifespan, or on the basis of the flowering or the non-flowering plant. And in each group, that plants, they are classified on the basis of the similar characteristic. So we can say the one group having the similar characteristic, they differ from the other group. So by this we can say that the plants, they are classified on the basis of three things. The first one is based on the size, shape. Okay, on the basis of the size and shape of the plants. The second one is, it is classified on the basis of lifespan of the plant, whether the plant is annual, whether the plant is biennial, or whether the plant is perennial. Okay, and the third one is on the basis of the flowering and non-flowering plants. Okay, so these are the basis on which the plants are basically classified. So before we go further, we should know that what are the objectives of this chapter. So after the completion of the chapter, the learner will be able to classify the plants, that is, divided into three, which is herbs, shrubs and trees. Herbs, they are the very small size plant, then shrubs, they are the medium size, and then trees, they are the large size plant. Then the next one is the root. We have to study root also. So root is the tap root, divided into two type of a root, that is tap root, and the second one is the fibrous root. So we will talk about the tap root and fibrous root, and in the type of a crop in which the tap root and fibrous root is found. Then we will come to the next one, and that is the stem. Okay, then leaves. So different types of a leaf in different plants and its function, that is it help in the process of photosynthesis. Then we will see the venation in the leaves, and these venation is again basically classified into two, that is parallel venation and reticulate venation. Then we will talk about the relationship between the different types of the root, that is that of the tap root and fibrous root, and the different types of the venation, that is parallel and the reticulate venation. Then we will study about the flowers, the different types of the different parts of the flower, including the sepals and the petals, which is present in the flower, or the stalk is there. Okay. Then at last we will see that of the fruits and the seeds. So how the formation of the fruit occur, what are the different types of fruit, and as well as about the seeds. Okay, so these are the objective of this chapter, content of this chapter. Now we will see here. The first one is the classification of plants. So when we talk about the classification, right now we had discussed about that plants, they are classified on some basis. So these are basically on the basis of the flowering and non-flowering, on the basis of the shape and sizes, or on the basis of their lifespan. So if suppose we are talking about the classification of the plant, so what is classification? So basically, if you are talking about the definition of the classification, so classification is what? It is a practice of identifying the identification or identifying, then naming, then grouping. Okay, of living organisms. So it is what? It is basically the practice of identifying, naming and grouping of the living organism defines the classification of plants. Okay, so this is the classification. So if suppose we will start with the classification. So plants are classified on the basis of a size and shape into four, and that is, the first one is the herbs. The second one is the shrubs. Then third one is the tree, and the fourth one is the climber and creepers. So these are the classification of a plant on the basis of their shape and sizes. So we will start with the first one, and that is herbs. So most of the plant, it is classified into three main groups, that is herbs, shrubs and trees. And when we talk about the herbs are basically small plant which are having a very soft and delicate stem, Okay, so if suppose they are having a very soft and delicate stem, it means the stem is not woody at all. Okay, as well as they are having a green or a tender stem. Green stem is there or tender, it means it can be easily bent. Okay, so we can easily bend the stem of the herb. As well as if you see the herbs, they are short sized plant, they are small in height, they do not grow more than 1 meter in height, so you can say they are very short in size. As well as the lifespan of the herbs is also short. Okay, so you can say that the lifespan is short, it means they may live only for 1 or 2 seasons. Though the stem of the herbs are soft and delicate, but even then also they are this much strong, or they are strong enough to stand erect on it on their own. Okay, so here also the stem help the plant to stand erect or stand by their own. Even then the stems are very soft and tender. Okay, so you see here the plant with the green and the tender stems, they are called herbs. They are usually short and may not have many branches. Okay, so they are short, that's why they do not have branches. What is the use of these herbs? Basically they are mainly used for the flavoring, like that of the spices or mint. Okay, medicine like tulsi. Okay, or perfume. Okay, so these herbs are basically used for the flavoring, medicine or perfume. So by this we can come to a conclusion, that is herbs are having certain properties, and that properties are, the first property is they are the small plant which is having a soft and delicate stems. Okay, the second one is that since the stems are delicate, so they do not have woody stems. The third characteristic of a herbs, let me write here herbs. Herbs. That is, the stems, they are green and tender. Stems. Okay, so tender, it means can be easily bent. Okay, now see here the next property of the plant, of the herbs, that is they are short sized plants. They are short sized plant, and due to which you can say that they are having a short life span. Then you can say that they may live for a 1 or 2 season. Okay, that's why it means we say that they are having a short life span. They are strong enough stand erect. There are a lot more examples of the herbs, like that of a tomato or sunflower or carrot, wheat. These all are what? These are the examples of the herbs. Okay, they are small, they do not have a woody stem, they are green and tender, they are very short size, not more than a 1 meter in height, and they live only for 1 or 2 seasons. Examples are the cabbage is there, tomato is there, mustard, sunflower, carrot, ginger, turnip, wheat. These all are actually the herbs. Okay, so these are the properties or characteristic of the herbs. Now the next one is shrubs. Okay, so shrubs are what? These are the plant which are having the stem branching out of near the base. It means it is having branching, although less than that of the trees, but they are having branches. Now see, these shrubs we had discussed in that of the herbs, that the stem of the herbs are very soft and tender, or we can say delicate, but here, and green as well, but here in shrubs the stem is hard and not very thick, not as thick as that of the tree, but they are thick. And such kind of a plant which are hard, which are not very thick, and which are having the stem branches out near that of the base is known as shrubs. Okay, so there are some characteristics of the shrubs, like the shrubs, basically the shrubs are the medium sized plant. They are medium sized plant with hard woody stem, as well as the branching out near that of base of the plant. The second is the stem of the shrubs. They are hard, but they are not very thick. Okay, they are hard enough to make the plant be erect on its own, but they are not as thick as like that of the trees. Then the next one is that the shrubs, they are bigger than that of herbs. So you see that the shrubs, they are bigger in size. Herbs are a very short size, but the shrubs are having a good size, or is bigger in size than that of the herbs. But even then also these shrubs are smaller than that of the trees. So we can say it is having a medium sized, or it is having a intermediate size between that of the herbs and that of the tree. Now see, the shrubs, they tend to branch near ground level, so many branches are seen rising just above the ground. So basically the branching occur near the base of the, or near the ground level. So at the base of the plant you can see many branches which is just rising or which is rising just above to that of the ground. Now when we come to the lifespan of that of the herbs for short, here the lifespan of the shrub is for many years. Okay, the lifespan is many years, that lifespan is large, but again it is less than that of the trees. So you see, the properties of the shrubs are intermediate to that of the herbs and that of the tree. Now there are some examples of the shrubs also, like rose, or lemon, or jasmine, or bougainvillea, or china rose, or pomegranate, henna, which is called mehendi in Hindi, croton, tulsi. So these all are the examples of the shrubs. Okay, so these all plants, they are having the characteristics, these characteristics, and that's why they are classified as shrubs. Then we will see the last one, and that is trees. So you see here the trees, they are very tall, and they are having the hard and the thick brown stem, and these stems have the branches in the upper part. Okay, you can see the trunk here, and trunk, after trunk then they get divided into different branches. So the branching occur at the upper part of the stem, which is much above to that of the ground. But in case of the shrubs, the branching occur near the base of the ground, that is the shrubs only, but here it occur at the upper part of the stem. Okay, so such plants which are having the hard and thick brown stem and the branching occur above part of the plant is called as tree. Now again, trees are also having some kind of a properties. The first property of the tree is these trees are tall and big, so the trees, they are tall and big plant, and these tall and big plant are having the hard and the thick woody stem is there. So they are also having the hard and thick woody stem. The next property of these trees are the tree are having one main stem. You have seen in the tree that the branches arises from the upper part of the stem, and that main stem is also known as a trunk. Okay, and these trunk help in giving rise to that of the branches and the leaves. So branching of the leaves, it arises from the main stem of the plant, and that is known as trunk. The next one is if you see the size of the plant, then the trees are very big in size. They are very big in size as compared to the herbs and shrubs. Shrubs for the medium size, herbs were very short size. Now the next one, if we compare that of the lifespan, so the lifespan is also very high. Okay, lifespan of the tree is very large. So the lifespan is very large, as well as they are big in size. So a lot more examples are there of that of the tree, like that of the banyan or peepal or oak, palm, teak, mango, lot more are there. Okay, so they are tall and big plant with a hard and woody stems. They are having a main stem, and that is known as trunk. They are big in size, as well as their lifespan is very large. Lot of examples of tree are there. So you see, if you compare these tree with the characteristic of the trees, then you find that why these are placed on this group. Now we will talk about some difference between that of the shrubs to that of the tree. So if you see the difference between that of the shrubs to the tree, So shrubs are what? They are medium sized plant, while that of the tree, they are very tall and big. So the first difference is on the basis on their sizes. So they are medium size, while that of the tree are very tall and big. The second one is on the basis of the branching. So here also you know that shrubs branching occur, but the branching occur near to the ground. So most of the branches you will see which is present at the base of the ground. Here the branching is much above the ground. So you see a main stem is there, and that stem is known as trunk, and at the upper part of the stem the branches start. Okay, so it is much above to that of the ground. They are having thin stem, but here they are having thick stem. So the size of the stem is also varies. Here it is thin and here it is thick. Now we will see the next one, and that is the difference between that of the herbs and the shrubs. So if you compare the characteristic of the herbs and shrubs, then you find that the herbs, first one is on the basis of the size. So herbs, they are smaller in size than that of the shrubs, while shrubs, they are having a medium size or taller than that of the herbs. Okay. The second one, they are a single stem only. So they are having a single stem. It means they do not possess a proper branching. But here you know, in shrubs, the branching occur at the base of the ground. Then they are having very delicate and thin tissues. Here when we are talking about thin and delicate tissue, it means they are having very thin as well as delicate stems. But here they are having the strong and wood tissue. It means they are the stems, they are thick and they are woody. The next difference is that the herbs, they are annual, they are biennial, or they may are perennial. Although we have studied that that of the herbs, they are having very short lifespan. So most of the time these herbs, they can survive for 1 or 2 years. So they are annual. Annual, it means which take one whole year to grow properly, or it's biennial, or sometime very rarely it is perennial. While in case of shrubs, if you see in the shrubs, then most of the shrubs, they are having a long lifespan as compared to that of the herbs. So they are mainly perennial. It means it takes a lot of time, a lot of year to properly grow. Okay. Annual, it means the plant which need 1 year to grow properly. To grow here, it is we are talking proper growth of the plant, as well as after the growth means ready for giving the flower and the fruits. Okay, so it this herbs, it takes about 1 year. If some of the herbs are there, it takes about 1 year to grow properly. So that kind of herbs are known as annual. There are some herbs which are biennial. Bi means two. Okay, so these are the herbs which need 2 years to grow properly, and then perennial. So perennial, it means it takes more than a year to grow properly. In herbs, it is mainly perennial. The next one, they have non-woody and soft stem, as we had discussed earlier also, that they are having the delicate and thin tissues, because most of the stem of the herbs are green in color. Here they are non-woody and they are soft stem, they are delicate stem, while that of the shrubs, they are thick and they are woody, and it means they are having hard stem. Now see the other differences also. If you see the other differences between the herbs and the shrubs, then you will find that these stems, the stems of the herbs, they have no branches, while if you see in the case of that of the shrubs, so you know that the branches occur at the ground to that near to that ground of the plant. The herbs, they are also called as rootstock, while shrubs, they are referred to as woody plants since the stems are woody. Now, some of the examples of the herbs are rice, wheat, onion, grass. These all are the example of the herbs, while that of the shrubs is the orange or rose, lavender, peach. These all are the examples of the shrubs. So this is the difference between the herbs and the shrubs and trees.